It was a beautiful day, but something was going to happen that was going to be very bad. Fruit and SFBN were doing some quick shunting with their trucks. Then the yard manager came up. I just got a call from the station. You need to get there now. Push your cars into that siding and get there now. Then the yard manager ran away. Fruit and SFBN decided it would be best to push their cars into the siding and do whatever the yard manager wanted them to do. So they went over to the station to see what was going to happen. So what are we doing here exactly? Meanwhile, Thomas and the other engines on the small city tramway had gotten a message. Oliver was just pulling up.
Put those trucks on the siding. Okay.
So Oliver backed up and put the trucks where Thomas had asked. Then he skedaddled off. Meanwhile, there was more news. There was a runaway train coming, with tankers on board too, as well as coal cars. The train was being led by the two BN brothers, Beanie and Lime. They were causing chaos everywhere they went, until they eventually came in contact with the two BNSF brothers. Eventually, the two BNSF engines crashed, and the BN brothers smashed through the train cars. Meanwhile, on the other end of the line, there was an SDP-40F from Amtrak who was pulling a very slow goods, and he hated it. "Why do I have to pull this?" he said. "I want to pull coaches." "The manager needs to see if you're worthy of pulling coaches. Trust me, you'll get onto them soon." Then he saw the train. "What the heck?" said the Amtrak diesel. He pushed himself hard to get to the other side, squeezing himself just into the gap, just big enough. His train followed him. Then the BN brothers smashed through his train. And kept on going. "Oh no, we need to catch that train," said the Amtrak diesel. And so he backed up along the old line and chased the runaway. At this point, the runaway was nearing the end of the line, and it was going to be almost impossible to be caught without derailing. And the Amtrak diesel, however, was able to catch up to the train and slammed on the brakes. Meanwhile, the other two engines were going as fast, still were in full throttle. They caught on to one of the Amtrak train, one of the Amtrak engine's cars. The Amtrak engine uses dynamic brakes. After a long time, and also his driver getting out and crawling over all of the train cars, he finally made it to the two engines. He shut off their power. And after all that mess, it was over.